Hello everyone and welcome. As you can see here today, we're back on the good old Prison Architect. I haven't done anything since the last video. I haven't actually opened Prison Architect since the last video. It's been quite a while. But I figured it's time to get back and get started. A few things we're going to need to do. First things first, we're going to need an accountant, which exceeds my daily budget. So what we're going to have to do here, get rid of all of the workers. This is quite rather annoying, but it has to be done. Buy an accountant. Once I have an accountant, what that'll allow me to do, it allows me to exceed my daily budget. Pretty much it gives me an unlimited cap on the budget. I don't know why it works that way, but it does. It's kind of cool though. Okay. I think we're good for right now. Let's go ahead and check our bureaucracy, see what's going on in here. We don't have a foreman yet. We're gonna need to get that soon so we can open up cleaning and clone and prison labor. Most definitely prison labor. Otherwise everything in there looks good. We don't have dogs yet. I have to wait for patrol. As soon as patrol's done, we're definitely gonna get dogs. We should have a chief. Yeah, we do right there. We do have some prisoners coming here in 12 hours, but everything's good enough to handle 8 prisoners for now, so I'm not concerned about that. What we're going to do is we're going to make an office. Let me see here. What does an office need to be again? Office. Office needs to be like 4 by 4, I think. 1, 2... Wait, that's not a good spot to put that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. We can manage this. Put a wall there. Put a wall there. And then we'll do... Sorry about that, I had a small interruption. Probably hear the door close there in the background. Anyway, as I was saying, put some doors in. I'm gonna put a door here, and I don't know what I want to do at this corner yet, but I don't want to block it off. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put another door in there. That way, if somebody does, by chance, happen to need to get back there to that corner, oops, take that section of wall out there. If someone does need to get back to the corner, we'll have a door and all that good stuff. They can walk back there. We need an office, desk, chair, and filing cabinet. I knew all that. I don't know why I looked at that. We're just going to throw these things in here. Doesn't really matter how they're in here. And I don't really care about neatness. So yeah. That's that there. Now we have another office. We can hire a foreman. So he'll run straight to his little office there, which means then we can now open bureaucracy. We can open up prison labor, cleaning, clone, and groundskeeping. In that order. We can now start dogs because patrols are finished. Now that patrols are finished, we need to start patrols. There needs to be a patrol here and a patrol here. Assign 1 guard to each of those. The holding cell needs a patrol that covers the entire outside of it. That'll suck up 3 of our guards, that's good. Put one of those in the visitation center. I'm gonna do a patrol like that and put 2 guards on it. We're also gonna do 1 patrol here and put a guard on that. We're also gonna do 1 patrol in the shower. Actually, Better yet, we'll do 2. And we'll put a guard on that. Kitchen's fine. Don't need a guard there. None of this stuff needs guards. We'll mark this and this as staff only. For now, we're also going to mark this, and that as staff only. Nobody needs to go there. We're taking in minimum segregation prisoners, which is perfectly fine for now. No problems there. We still have 10 hours before the prisoners get here, so we're going to speed this stuff up. Next, give me a second here. Sorry about that. I had to flip my headset around. Wire was all tangled up. Next, we're going to build a. Start with a cell block. We're going to go with planning, just because I don't really know exactly how I want this to look. Definitely want to plan out some walls. I think we're going to start with a cell block here. Oops. We're going to go, I think 14 might work. Either way, it'll be good. We'll do like a 14 all the way down to the end here, and then we'll do this. And then we'll run off of here. Out to here. Oops, not there. And then we'll run something like that. Let's go ahead and start this foundation, since we're talking about it. Oops. Right there, like that. So we'll get that foundation started. Now that cost me about 9 grand. Not bad though, not bad. I'm back into planning. I don't know if this stuff ever goes away or not. We'll find out though. I don't really need planning now, I just kind of need to wait for the foundation. For the most part, I know what I'm going to do. This corner down here, I can't do it yet, but this corner right here will be marked off as showers. I guess I can mark this off now. Well, maybe not. I don't know how I want to do this. I'm trying to decide, do I want to do one centralized shower? Sometimes I do a centralized shower, one giant shower building. Other times I break it up and I do showers by, I guess, by cell block. I think we'll do one giant centralized shower for now. That'll be fine with me. If I need to change things later, I can always do so. Gonna need to run some electrical out here, for sure. Also, while I'm in here and I'm thinking about it, we're gonna run some water pipes. We'll just run those like this, down to this corner here, and then we'll hit this whole outside wall. And then we'll run this down, we'll hit this whole wall, and then we'll cancel that there. So that should be fine for now. Gotta get that electricity in so we can get some lights going up in here. You can see something. Now, why you took that wall out? Darn it. Stupid workers. You were supposed to take that wall out. Object. Large jail door. Rotate. Plop it right there. Alright, so we're good to start building some cells here, I'm imagining. They didn't build this wall in here out here either, because we're thinking that perimeter wall, I guess, is wall, but it's not correct. So you need to build that wall in. Since we got this stuff down, we're going to mark out the first cell. What do these need to be? They're 2 by 3. So I believe it's something like this, and then like that there. Should be fine. Yeah, that meets the size requirements, so that's good. Hopefully I can get my cloning up here soon. I don't know what's taking so long. I usually make one cell and then I clone it. Why is cloning not? Oh, I guess because we're doing cleaning first. Okay, well, I guess we'll build these by hand then. No problem with that for now. What these are gonna entitle, it's gonna be one over, and then I'm gonna do a wall, and then you do one, and then a wall, and then one and a wall, one and a wall, and I do this all the way down. Same repetitive process. Gotta be careful though, don't want to screw this up and then they start building something and I have to go back and redo all of this. It's usually why sometimes I plan it out. Most of the time, not so much. And, oh, look at that. Perfect. Alright, so I did build it the right size. Usually this is about the size I build them, and then I usually take this bottom corner here, and I usually make these 2 or 3, usually these 3 here, and then I come out to about here, and I usually make that one giant shower in the corner for all these cells. But I don't think we're going to need to do that now, so that's pretty awesome. And we're going to need to grab cell again. We're going to need to do a 2 by 3. Double check, make sure that's perfectly fine there. And for brick wall here, I'm going to do 1 and then down, 1 and down, all the way across again. Oops. The reason I'm not marking these out all as cells just yet, the fact I don't have any guards or anything set up in here, and we have prisoners supposed to be here in 3 hours, and I don't want them transferring prisoners in here just yet. It's no good. Now, I don't know how some people run theirs. Some prisons I've seen that other people have made. Some of them, they do, a lot of them do a lot of large holding cell type things like this. Some of them make smaller cell, like individual cells, but they make them a lot bigger than this. Some other people make kind of fancy cells where they do kind of 2 double cells together, and then they kind of zone it off a little differently. I don't know, I guess it's mostly just personal preference, whatever you prefer, I guess. Now comes the wonderful task of buying all kinds of ridiculously expensive beds. Alright, so we got all these beds built. Now comes the process of installing toilets in every room. Oops. Although I do think I like the design with the toilet below the bed like this a little bit better, I don't know. I kind of don't mind that either. I guess I could have put them here, but the reason I ran them right up against the wall here is, if you'll see, the fact is I have to run plumbing to each one of these toilets, and if I run them right up against the wall like this, it just allows me to... Okay, so we need to make sure these 2 pipes get installed. Because if they don't, they're going to hold up the whole plumbing process. And that would not be good. Oops. For this side, I'm just going to run the whole pipe. I don't want to be bothered with all that clicking. And it's not going to hurt anything either. Okay, so we got 28 minutes. We should be getting some prisoners here. So that's awesome. Everything in this cell looks to be good to me. Kitchen's up and running. Got some cooks standing around doing nothing. But that's understandable. They don't really have anybody to cook for. This will be a very large canteen for now. We're going to leave this area right here open. Well, partially open. We're going to put something else down here. If you can see where it's highlighted blue, probably this section here. We're going to end up putting something there. And then this next section here we're going to leave open so I can expand the canteen if need be in the future. Also, if we see here, we're going to leave quite a section here, probably at least maybe out to here, in case they need to expand the showers, which I know I'll probably need to do here soon. Here come the bad guys. Should be 8 of them coming in. Where are they all headed to? They're all headed to the showers. We're going to go ahead and lock the showers open. Since we got guys coming in, we're going to go ahead and check where is it? Prisoners, grants, policies. No. There it is. Regime. Couldn't find that. Holy cow. Work time, work time, work time, work. And free time. Alright, so that should be not too bad for work. I think we're going to go ahead and actually we're going to swap these two here. That way it's 2 hours of work in a row. Because the process of them wasting all the time going to and from the working areas, well, it's just kind of annoying. Takes too much time in my opinion. Alright, now we got prisoners in here, so you see certain areas are starting to black out because we don't have proper guards set up there, but that's understandable. Alright, so now I just hired a bunch of guards, which was highly unnecessary, but I'm going to do it anyway. Set up a guard patrol here. Put 2 guys on that. Set up a guard patrol here. Put 2 guys on that. Set up a guard patrol there. And stick a guy right in front of the door. Eventually down the center here, we'll probably put a dog. Maybe. I haven't decided yet. We're marking that as minimum security. That way none of these other guys get into here that we don't want. Okay, next we need to put jail doors on. I'm trying to wait for them to finish running all this plumbing. But they're not actually finishing it. I don't know why, but they're not finishing it. If they don't put that pipe in soon, I'm going to have to reroute some other piping or figure something else out, because that's just not going to work. Yeah, it doesn't look like they're going to want to put that pipe in. So if I can here, I'm just going to run this pipe straight through, honestly, if it'll let me. Somebody will go put it in. Okay, there's a lot of somebodies that are going to put it in. That's awesome. Okay, so as soon as we get these doors on, we should be okay. So as soon as we get these pipe in, we should be okay. Sorry about that, autosave again. I don't know if that lags you guys up or not, but it kind of freezes up my game a little bit for a second. So if they would put the last 2 pieces of pipe in, I would be okay to start putting on jail doors. But I just want to make sure everything gets properly water watered. I don't know. You don't water toilets. I want to make sure the water lines get properly placed to the toilets. They can't seem to install that pipe. So we'll just install this like this. They should be able to do that. Come on, you need one more piece of pipe. Really, you have 400 boxes of pipe in here, and you had to bring another box of pipe? Oh, Lord. Now we got all kinds of pipe laying around everywhere. That's crazy. Alright, anyway, it's jail door time. I will mark out these cells after I get the rest of the jail doors and stuff figured out here and I get everything situated. Like I said before, I gotta be cautious about marking out these as cells because as soon as they become an active cell, which means they have a toilet, a bed, and a door and walls, as soon as they get that, they will go immediately and start moving prisoners into them. Okay, so I guess we're going to start marking them now, considering everything else is done. I can mark all these at one time, because it'll split it up, because it can't mark through the walls, so that's kind of cool there. So now that those are all set up, he's got a few pieces of pipe he's got to take care of. Shouldn't be a problem, though. I do see an issue here, though. We're going to have to put a guard patrol here, here, and here. Reason we're doing guard patrols here, here, and here, just for the simple fact that if you notice it's a little dark down here, can't really see too well into these cells. What's going to happen if these guards that are on these patrols, if they end up getting too far down here, all at one time, you're not going to be able to see any of the activity in these cells, and that's not good. Doesn't look like there's lights in those cells either, honestly. Let's put some lights in here. Might be part of the issue. I'm not sure if it is or not, but why not? Let's put some in. Apparently there's no electrical right here in this corner. So we'll just run this up a little bit. And run it into there. And then we'll run this down and into there. Alright, so that was part of the issue, is there's just not enough lights in these rooms. So we're just going to go ahead and put some more lights in. I'm not concerned. So they have yard time now, but they're probably all getting very angry and pissed off at me, so to speak, because, well, we don't have a yard, so that's an issue. Oops, material. Grass. Okay, so that's not exactly blocked up yet as an actual yard. They don't consider this a room yet, so I have to wait until they consider that a room. Danger is growing because prisoners are getting angry. Totally makes sense. We're going to zone another office because I do need a psychologist. 1, 2, 3, 4. The reason I need a psychologist, that way I can see what people are complaining about. Ooh, this is going to be a problem. Not going to be able to zone that as an office. Didn't think about that very well. That's only 3, so that's not going to zone as an office either. Darn. Yeah, I can't zone that as an office. Because I'd have to put a wall up against there, and I cannot do that. Yeah, nope, not gonna fit. Okay, well that's a little bit of an issue there. We're just gonna build a small little building there. Also, I noticed another issue I didn't solve. Need to mark a guard inside of here. That way, you got somebody to open that gate, and you have a guard there for that gate. That way, people that shouldn't be getting out have no access to get to the outside. Give you a door. As soon as somebody comes and puts that door on, we can mark this off as an office and throw a couple things in it and buy a psychologist. Okay, another issue here. Gotta take care of. Got that taken care of. Okay, there's our guy with the door. So this should also be good too, because if people go through these metal detectors and they ding them off, there should be a guy right there to go instantly take care of that. So that's always good. Please tell me that door worked. It did not. Yes, it did. Okay, good. Sometimes there's a little bit of an issue with doors. Sometimes when you put them down, they don't exactly always kick in right away. Now, how did that only go by 3? That's not going to work. Darn. Okay, so that's taken out, all except for that one little piece of wall. Why did you not take... Okay, there you come. You open the door? Dang, that guy just wouldn't open the door. That's annoying. That should be good now. You should only have to build part of that, because the rest of it's already there. I don't like how that's kind of spazzing out there. It's quite rather annoying. Maybe if I put a light in here, maybe update it a little bit, it'll stop spazzing. Gonna have to run some electrical. Also gonna have to put in this brick wall again because they decided that they wanted to destroy that. There you go, there's a room, full size now. Perfect. Put the door in. Get a chair en route to the room. Get a desk en route to the room. And get a filing cabinet en route to the room. A little bit of autosave there again. Guess there's nothing wrong with that, right?
Message received.
We got gravel here out front. Let's we're gonna gravel this area up. for a few reasons. One, if you notice, the walking speed on gravel is slow. That way if somebody escapes, there's slow walking speed there, so they have less of a chance of actually just running out. Alright, so I think we're pretty good. I will have to keep in mind, this is a little too long. I didn't mean to make it this wide. I guess I have to do... I could probably cut it back by 3, I'm thinking. So 1, 2, 3. If I cut it back by 3 for the next one, that'll give me another 3. So that should be okay. There's almost enough here. Almost enough to put in another set of cells, but I don't think that that's going to work out so well. We could try it. Well, yeah, we could. We'd have one on each side. We could put in another set of cells. No, we couldn't. That won't work. Because you have to put in the wall in front of it, and you wouldn't have enough space. So you have two options. Next cell block I build, I either shrink it down by about 3. So it'd be these 3 here. So this one, and this one would all disappear. I either shrink it down by 3, or I go ahead and increase it by 1 or 2 and put a third row of cells down the middle. We'll have to see. Something else I just thought of. I don't know what made me think of this, but policy. We need to set the policy. We have destruction. Destruction is going to get you searched. Escape attempt is going to get the whole cell and you searched. If you attack somebody, you're going to get the whole thing searched. Attack staffs, the whole thing. Serious injury, everything's going to get searched. Weapons found, tools, drugs, and luxuries, you're only going to get searched. Luxuries, I'm going to put you in lockdown for an hour and a half. Escape attempt is going to be locked down for, we'll say 3.5 hours. Maybe we'll do 4.5. Serious injury is only 4 hours. Luxuries, that's not really that big of a deal. Actually, maybe we'll just do lockdown for a half an hour. Drugs are important. Tools, that's important. Tools is only lockdown. We'll do 2.5 hours on lockdown for tools. Obviously, that's solitary. That's definitely needed. So that should be pretty good for that. So far it looks like everything's running pretty smoothly. Do I have a guard? I'm sure I have a guard available I can stick in there. Want to get that taken care of. Is there not a patrolling it? Okay, good. There's a guard going off. That's good. Okay. So I just want to put somebody in here. That's helping out with the walls spazzing out. So I don't know if you guys can see them, but like the areas like here that were black, over here were spazzing out. They were like shaking and flashing and stuff, and that wasn't cool. Alright, so I think that's going to be good for this video. We set up our first cell block. We got 8 prisoners coming in at a time, so that's pretty good. We got a family that's actually coming in to visit tomorrow. So let's double check this real quick here. We got a guy in here. That's good. We're going to probably put another one in there. Just have a guy hanging out in there. Just in case something goes down. We don't want to have to deal with that. One last thing we're doing here. I just noticed. We're going to put some staff doors in so that people can't come into the kitchen that shouldn't be in the kitchen right now. Later, I've never been able to get hired workers in the kitchen to work correctly. No matter what I do, it just doesn't work. So, I don't know. We'll have to figure that out later. Did I set the kitchen to staff only? I did not. Ooh, I don't. Because those doors are not in. That's not good. Now those doors are in. It should block that off. Okay. So now it says 2 separate rooms, and I can set the kitchen to staff only. Alright, well, thank you guys for watching. I'm going to wrap this up here. Remember, leave a like below. Also comment. Let me know what you think of the video. Let me know if you have any suggestions on other games to play maybe, or other things I can do with this game. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you later.